reason why everyone is afraid of USA? Let's find out.
There's a reason no country wants war with the US. The US mainland hasn't been attacked in over 80 years. Enemies always threaten, but never act.
Wait. 80 years? Who was the last to attack USA?
The US spends nearly $1 trillion a year preparing for wars it hopes never happen. So if a country ever thought, yeah, we can take the US, here's the truth. That would be the last mistake they ever make. People know the US Army is big, but big doesn't explain it. The US military isn't just soldiers. It's soldiers plus the entire machine behind them. That's why the US doesn't just fight, it keeps fighting without collapsing. Some countries take days to move serious forces. The US can start moving fast response units in hours.
Yeah, because USA has bases all over the world, and if something happens in other part of the world, USA can quickly send their forces in because they have a base nearby. Easy
Then
as that.
comes the hardware. The M1 Abrams isn't just a tank. It's a rolling bunker with a cannon. It's built to survive hits that would erase other vehicles. And it's been upgraded again and again so it doesn't fall behind. But tanks aren't the scary part. The scary part is what follows behind them: artillery. The M109 Paladin looks like a tank, but it's basically a mobile, long-range fist.
Yeah.
The US military has weapons that's designed for non-stop pressure. Machine guns, grenades, night vision.
Planes, aircraft carriers. I mean, I can continue like that forever till tomorrow, I guess.
This is what makes ground combat against the US feel unfair. It's not one weapon, it's the entire system. And this is only the ground, because if the enemy looks up, it gets worse. A lot of countries have air forces. The US has an air force that feels like a different category. The American fleet is massive. Thousands of aircraft, jets, bombers, tankers, helicopters. But again, numbers aren't even the main threat. The main threat is quality plus coordination.
Exactly.
Take stealth aircraft. The F-22 isn't famous because it looks cool. It's famous because it was designed to win fights before the enemy even understands the fight started. It's fast, it's hard to detect, it hits first, and it leaves. Then there's the F-35. This isn't just a jet, it's a flying sensor network. And then comes the nightmare plane, the B-2 stealth bomber.
In my opinion, it really sucks when you cannot reach that enemy and you just get destroyed. And USA has all the weapons to do that, you know. I have a video, by the way, how USA Army destroyed Russian mercenaries. You can check it out somewhere here or below the video. Russian mercenaries were not able to understand what happened. They just got smashed. And none of USA soldiers got wounded or dead.
This thing was built to slip through air defenses that were meant to stop everything. It can travel absurd distances, strike targets, and disappear into the sky like it was never there. So if someone's plan is, we'll fight the US in the air,
I have a question. Why do they try, when they say someone, and all the time they are highlighting Philippines? Are USA in a bad relationship with Philippines by any chance?
that's not a plan. That's volunteering. And even if they somehow survive the sky, they still have to deal with the ocean. Most navies protect coastlines. The US Navy controls oceans. It has aircraft carriers that aren't ships. They're floating air bases. And carriers don't travel alone. They move with a full strike group: destroyers, submarines, support ships, and thousands of personnels. So when a US carrier group shows up near a region, the message is simple: we are here, and you can't ignore us.
For
But the
sure.
real fear isn't the carrier you can see, it's the submarine you can't. Ohio-class nuclear submarines are designed to stay hidden, and loaded with enough firepower to change the map. Submarines are the reason enemies can't relax, because you can't negotiate with what you can't find. So the US can dominate land, it can dominate the air, and it can dominate the sea. But then comes the weapon that doesn't care about borders at all.
What is the weapon?
If a weapon can reach you from across the Earth, your geography stops protecting you. ICBMs are built for one purpose: distance. Some can fly thousands of miles, meaning the US can strike targets far beyond its shores without moving a single soldier. And
This translates like intercontinental ballistic missiles. Let's go.
the scary part is not just range, it's readiness. Missiles are placed where they're hard to hit all at once, spread out, protected, guarded, designed to survive and respond. But missiles aren't just nuclear. America has conventional missiles too. Precision strikes, long-range targeting, satellite guidance. And that leads to the next layer. Because the US isn't only powerful, it's over-prepared.
Oh, that's no doubt about that. This is the reason why USA is pouring so big money into the development of new technologies, into the recruiting of the soldiers.
Nobody wants nuclear war, because nuclear war doesn't have winners. It has
For
survivors who wish they didn't survive. The US has thousands of nuclear weapons in its arsenal, not all deployed, not all active, but enough to make the point. And it doesn't rely on one launch method. So even if one part gets hit, the others remain. This is why direct war with the US is rare, because if it escalates too far, it becomes uncontrollable. But here's what people forget. The US doesn't even need nukes to erase key targets, because it also built weapons made for the underground.
That's interesting.
Some countries build bunkers and think they're safe. Deep facilities, mountain tunnels, underground command rooms. That works until the US shows up with bunker-busting weapons. There are massive blast weapons designed to wipe out large areas, caves, and fortified zones.
This is the bomb that they used to wipe out the Khamenei, the leader of Iran, if I'm not wrong. He was sitting in a really thick bunker and they dropped like, couple of bombs on him and they just they killed Khamenei.
And if that's terrifying with pilots, wait until you hear what happens when the pilot isn't even there. Drones changed war, because drones don't need rest. They can watch a target for hours and strike in seconds. The US operates huge numbers of unmanned systems. Some are built for surveillance, some for attacks, some for both. The scary part is endurance. The more advanced the drone, the less warning the enemy gets. Drones also reduce risk for the attacker. You can project power without losing pilots. But machines still aren't the most dangerous weapon America has. The most dangerous weapon is the people trained to do what machines can't.
For example, SEAL Team 6 is super dangerous group of people that can destroy the target and can save the Americans that are in trouble, like with Jessica Buchanan that got kidnapped by Somalian pirates. By the way, I made a video about this. You can check it out over here.
The US trains soldiers hard, but its special forces training is a different kind of brutal. Units like Navy SEALs are designed to operate anywhere. Their training is meant to break weak people early, so only the most durable stay. And it's not just physical, it's mental. Because in real war, the weapon isn't always the key. Decision-making is. The ability to move when it's confusing, to act when it's loud, to stay calm when it's deadly. That's what elite units are built for. But training is only half the advantage. The other half is experience. Some military
USA is a country that was born in war, and all of its history has been participating in different wars. That's a fact.
Some militaries look scary on paper, but paper doesn't bleed. The US military has been tested in real conflicts for decades. Different regions, different enemies. That creates something you can't fake. Institutional memory. It learns what works. It learns what fails. It adapts. And beyond active duty, the US has millions of veterans. People who've seen real operations. People who know how war behaves when plans collapse. So when threats show up, new or old, America doesn't start from zero. It starts from experience. And that brings us to the last reason. The reason that scares every enemy the most.
I don't still understand why do they show Philippines as an enemy.
The scariest part of US power isn't what you can name, it's what you can't. Every year, huge budgets go into research, testing, and development. Not for parades, for the next generation of advantage. That means stealth gets better, Sensors get sharper, missiles get smarter, and the public will only hear about a fraction of it, because in war, surprise is a weapon. So even if an enemy studies America's military, they're studying the visible part, not the full iceberg. And you never want to hit an iceberg. The answer can be, they can try, but they'd be fighting. A ground force that moves fast and hits hard. A navy that reaches any coastline on Earth. Drones that watch forever. Special forces that don't quit. A military that has real experience. Because with the US, the fight doesn't start when you shoot. It starts when America decides, okay, your turn is over.
And also, let's not forget that USA soldiers are fighting for their own soldiers, always for their own citizens. Nobody is gonna be left behind, and I love this. Listen, no doubt about that, USA is army giant who is dominating the world right now, and the proof when USA was able just go to Venezuela and kidnap Venezuelan president and take him back to USA and not losing even one soldier. How crazy is that? It only shows the might of USA, that they control the situation, literally. Thank you for watching. See you next reaction videos. Don't forget to like, subscribe, click the bell for notification, hype the video. Let's go.